Hey everybody, Mr. Quick here. Welcome to Eureka Math / Engaged New York Math, Module 6, Lesson 14, Summarizing a Distribution Using a... Oh, well, that's funny. I made a mistake. So that should say, we actually are going from using dot plots. Now we're going to be using box plots. It's funny that I made that mistake because I was going to actually say we're going to be moving from dot plots to box plots, and I goofed that up. So dot plots, as you recall, have the information here. Let's say I ate 1 cookie, 2 cookies, 3 cookies, 4 cookies, 2 people ate 1, 3 people ate 2, 1 person ate 3, no one ate 4, right? Whatever. 2 people ate 4, doesn't matter. But now we're moving on to using box plots. And one of the things we looked at in the last lesson, the IQR, the interquartile range, will really help us with that. So that was really lesson 13, really is a setup for using box plots here in lesson 14. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we've got a lot of information. If you're looking at this on a big screen, if you're looking at this on your iPad, you can do full screen and hopefully go through this very quickly. This is, if we took a survey of 27 students, this is the amount of time it takes for students in class A, or whatever class, right, to get to school. So I'm going to read this. If you want to write these down, you could pause the video and then unpause it when you're ready to write, so you can have this down so you can see it easier if it's somewhere hard to see. But I'm going to read this to you. 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 8, 8, 10, 10, 12, 12, 12, 12, 15, 15, 15, 15, 22, 22, 25, 25, 25, 30, 30, 35, 45, 60. So hopefully now you can again pause it, go back and catch up, but hopefully now you have that information written down because this is the information we're going to be using to create our first box plot. So here's how we're going to create our box plot. First thing we want to do is we want to find the median of the entire data set. So the first thing we do is we find the median. Now I said there are 27 pieces of data here, which means if we picked the 14th piece of data, then there would be 13 before that and 13 after that. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So then 15 becomes our median. So now we have exactly 13 pieces of data before the median and exactly 13 pieces of data after the median. To find Q1, or quartile 1, we find the median of the bottom half of the data. So we're only going to be looking at this data here. The median, if there's 13 pieces of data, right? If we pick the 7th number, that means there would be 6 above and 6 below, so that would be the median. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is our median of our first half of the data. You could also do it this way. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and there's your Q1. Mark 1 off on each side until you get to that middle number. I just did it mentally, but you can do it either way. And then we'll find the median of the second set of data, which we can say 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and here's Q3 because the median would be like Q2, right in the middle. Now if you'll recall, the IQR, or interquartile range, is the difference between Q3 and Q1. So here we have 25 to 8, and that represents basically your middle 50% of your data. So it's not that that's just the majority of where the data falls, that's where the biggest chunk in terms of you have half your data between these two sets of numbers. So when we create our box plot, the box, I mean we're literally going to draw a box, is going to fall in between Q1 and Q3. So the first thing we need to do is create a number line. And so I'll do I'll do so. I see that I'm going from 5. I see 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 45, 60. So I'm going to create my number line going by 5s. It's going to look like this. Okay, so now I've drawn my number line, and I chose counting by 5s as appropriate because I went from 5 to 60. I knew I couldn't go by 10s because that would be probably too small, and so I counted by 5s, going from 5 to 60. Now, to create a box plot, you actually do create a box, and the box goes from quartile 1 to quartile 3. So quartile 1 is at 8, so I'm going to put that about right here. Quartile 3 is at exactly 25, put that here, and then I'm going to create a box. Okay, simple so far, right? My next step is I'm going to put a line in the box at the median of the entire data set, which is at 15, so I'm going to put that at 15. All right, now the last step is I'm going to draw a line segment connecting the lowest value to the box, and I'm going to draw a line segment connecting the highest value to the box. Here the lowest value is 5, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw a line that connects to the box and goes to 5, and then the highest value is 60, so I'm going to go all the way out from the box to 60, and this is called our box plot. Box plots are really good when you're looking at the range in the data, and here we can also see that there are some outliers, right? And so if half of our data falls in this section, which is inside the box, and our median is at 15, then we can really see that there are some significant outliers above the 15-minute median, and there are a few below, but not as many, right? And so you can look at this and you can do a lot with this. So anyway, I'm not going to spend a lot more time speaking about this because we're going to need some time to practice it. But remember, when we're doing the box plot, we've got a set of data. Let me just erase all this one more time. We first find the median of the information, right? Which in this case was 15, right here. Then we find quartile 1, which is the median of this piece of information, everything below the median, not including it, right? Which was 8 in our case here. We find the median of the upper half of the information, which in this case was 25, and that's quartile 3. And then when we create our box plot, we make a number line. We mark off quartile 1, we mark off quartile 3. We create a box between the two. We use a line to mark off the median, and then we draw lines going from the box to wherever the lowest piece was, which was, here it was 5. Here we have some outliers that go way above our normal data, all the way up to 60, which is over here. And so once we've done that, you've created your own box plot. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give you a chance to practice that and to kind of look at some things we can do with this. We'll continue to work on this going forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.